Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I am Office Bloke Dave Dangerfield.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively we are the Office Blokes Dangerfields.
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield. Me and Mike seem to think we've reacted to him before.
Yeah, I don't think I was here. I think you did it when I wasn't here.
I can't see us doing someone like a comedian that I don't know if you weren't here.
You know him. Caddyshack.
I think he was on a talk show, which I think I remember it.
Is he a proper old guy?
Yeah.
It's not the Thai guy that's always doing
it's Don
that,
Rickles.
is it? That's Don Rickles. Is he fat?
He's not slim.
I know we can just press play and find all these things out, by the way.
Maybe I'm getting him.
He was in
mixed up with him.
Caddyshack.
Don't know what
Looks
that
like
is.
he smokes about 500 cigars a day type thing. You'll know him when you see him. You'll definitely know him. When you see him, you'll definitely know him.
That's not what you were going to say, was it? Rodney Dangerfield at the top of his game, 1980. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of with the Thai
That's
thing.
what I thought. And he was on a talk show. He was sort of.
When he said really old, I was thinking Don Rickles sort of thing, but he's...
we thought he was like really polished and...
It's lots of like, wife or ex-wife or that sort of stuff. And it's like,
I think the host led him into most of the routines that he had. But
all three of us have reacted to him.
I don't think
I'm sure.
I remember you being there.
I don't remember reacting to them, to Rodney Dangerfield.
We must have been. Like I say, it's unlikely we'd do comedy.
Or
Without
Rodney
you.
Dangerfield as well. We maybe do someone that's current.
Yeah, because I've never heard of him. So...
There you are. We were talking about him before we recorded.
You know what I mean. We'll look back over the archives and...
yeah, let's do it.
We've probably done this video.
yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield at the top of his game in 1980. It was a talk show. Yeah.
What a crowd, what a crowd!
I feel like it was like the late night show, but in 1980 or
It was
around
something
then.
like that. I can't
He
remember
was
who the
sat on
host
the
was,
couch, and he was like, he was sweating the whole time, and we definitely.
I don't think I was there.
Yeah, he was using his hanky all the time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Doing his time.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm all right now, but last week I was in rough shape, you know? Last week I bought a whirlpool for my bath. So far, I lost 3 of my best ships. Last week, nothing went right. I bought a waterbed. There were 2 Cuban guys swimming in it looking for Florida. I tell you, people are nuts, you know? My dentist, too, another beauty, my dentist, he found a new way to hide his bad breath. He holds up his arms.
Proper old school comedy, innit?
Yeah.
I tell you, there's wise guys. Well, I checked in a hotel. I asked the bellhop to handle my bag. He started to feel up my wife. I said to him, hey, buddy, who told you could play around with my wife? He said, everybody. I tell my wife I can never relax, you know? I told her our kid is spoiled. She told me a lot of kids smell that way. She's a lousy cook, too. She can't cook at all. I leave dental floss in the kitchen, the roaches hang themselves. My wife, she don't go for me either. I'm not a good-looking guy. Well, Halloween, I open the front door, kids give me candy. Are you kidding? I know I'm ugly. My dog found out we look alike. He killed himself. I was an ugly kid, too. My old man took me to the zoo. The guy at the gate thanked him for returning me. And I was a very ugly kid. Every time my old man wanted sex, my mother showed him my picture.
It's like zingers, isn't it? It's like that proper.
That's
old
how comedy
school.
was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was never like, it was not a lot of crowd work or topical humour back in the, probably 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
Not at all. We've got a few that had a go at hecklers, but crowd work as in,
It was more stand-up comedy, it was more joke telling like this.
It was.
I would have thought in the UK there'd be crowd work in the working men's clubs though, because that's where like this type of comic would be.
That's where they come from, but when they go to stage shows like this, they have to change their act.
Right,
because it's too big of an audience, sort of thing.
Yeah,
the smoky sort of like
working men's clubs and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all there's a lot of crowd work that goes on.
Yeah,
I used to work in one. I used to collect the glasses, and I was the bunt of all the jokes, because it was easy pickings for them.
Yeah,
I was like, and once you've heard one, you've heard them all. So I used to just You know, me as a 12-year-old going, dickhead.
I think they all had a few comebacks, didn't they, the comedians in 70s and 80s and what have you, but I don't think they did crowd work like a Schultz would. Like, he really gets into it, doesn't he? And but they do it more as like a real cut downs.
You know, even though this isn't like the popular style at the moment, I think Jimmy Carr is a lot like this.
There's a few like this.
Yeah,
there's a few still like this.
Yeah, but not like not as big as Jimmy Carr. He's got to be the biggest.
Well, you look at, I mean, I know he's not right now, but you look at people like Mitch Hedberg, not too dissimilar to this sort of comedy. You know, very similar, sort of like Out There.
I suppose it is sort of like premises and like
it's joke telling.
Yeah.
A very ugly kid in my sandbox. The cat kept covering me up all the time, you know? Well, when I was a kid, nobody was nice. I was 6 years old. I found out there's no such thing as Alpo baby food. I mean, and nobody was nice. My mother never breastfed me. She told me she liked me as a friend. I mean, I had her rough. Well, I told my old man I'm sick and tired of running around in circles. He got mad. He nailed down my other foot. I mean, that's the story of my life. No respect. I don't get no respect at all. Are you kidding?
Is that a catchphrase for him?
I guess it was,
Well, when I was born, the doctor told my mother I did all I could, but he pulled through anyway, you know? I mean, I don't get no respect from anyone. Well, last week my house was on fire. My wife told the kids, be quiet, you wake up Daddy. Hey, look at Hollywood. That's my in my spot there. Okay, I'll see you now.
Now this looks familiar.
Possibly.
This looks very familiar. It was this set that we've seen him on before.
It may have been.
Is it Johnny Carson, is it?
I'm not sure. I recognise the chairs.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, I'll do a few more minutes. Yeah. How you doing?
Fine,
went this way.
Good to see you, whatever.
Okay, how you doing? All right?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
I've seen you for a while.
I've been around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been keeping busy, you know, running around a bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll be back in New York tomorrow at my club for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I'll be in the Riviera Hotel July 31st for a week. Then I'm going out to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Carlton West. I'll be over there.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin.
You're busy.
It's nice out there, you know?
Yeah.
You come from Nebraska. It's
That's
nice.
right.
Midwest is nice.
You like the Midwest, huh?
Yeah, I wish I came Midwest sometimes, you know? Oh, Midwest, I lived in a nice, small, adjusted town, you know? I had a wooden frame house with a screen door in back of the kitchen. My brother and sister were Marianne and Biff. And Dad was vice president of the bank, worked there for 30 years, very adjusted man, Dad, never smokes, drinks, or gambles, you know? Then you read about these guys. One day they pick up an axe and wipe out the whole family, you know? Yeah, the next day the cops come around. What happened here? What kind of man was he? He was a quiet man. But I've been bouncing around a lot. I've been plugging my album. I got a new album out, No Respect. So it's
that going well, is it?
It's going real good. It's on the charts, a bullet, whatever that means, you know?
On the chart.
And do you hold up the backside too of the album?
Yes, I don't know
Can you show them the back? Yeah, that's a cute little thing there.
Now you can understand about No
Can you see
Respect.
that?
Must have been a crazy time where you go out and buy your favourite comedy album on vinyl and you just sit around listening to it. It must be such a different experience to what it is nowadays.
I bought Comedians on CD years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
A couple of Monty Python ones on album.
Wow.
Yeah, like a Holy Grail. And Life of Brian as well, I think it was.
Just so used to just banging on YouTube and watching clips of comedians or specials or whatever, or streaming services.
Couldn't do that back in the 80s.
Back in the day, yeah.
Did you not put on Man Bang?
Hey, Man Bang, no. It's called something else then.
Yeah.
Uncle Dave's
Stash.
I quite get the appeal. Like vinyl sales have started going back up recently. Like they're having a bit of a resurgence of new records, not vintage ones.
It's all nostalgia as well, isn't it? I mean, I think it's a lot of lot of people in like the probably 40s and 50s buying, because you can buy record players again, can't you? So they're producing a lot of vinyl again, stuff like that. I think
there's too much choice in life nowadays. You put on a streaming service and you've got thousands of things, and you can't pick a single thing.
Everything at your fingertips now. You can listen and watch anything you want,
which makes it so much harder to choose, and there's a lot more pressure on getting the right thing. If you've got like your 10 comedy albums on vinyl and you fancy a laugh that night and you flick through and put it on, I'm kind of envious of that experience. It sounds pretty cool.
I have bought comedians on CD before. Obviously, before YouTube and things like that, you couldn't buy them on. There was no DVD, it was CD. You got CD and sort of thing. On the VHS player, then CDs came out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Respect here in California, I'll tell you
Really?
that. I got stuck the other day, I wanted to go sightseeing. They took me on a tour of all the extras' houses. But that's on, definitely, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
No, but I've been running around. I gained weight back, Johnny.
Really?
You know what I mean? Hey, you don't eat properly in a road. You're running around all the time, and it's tough to, lose weight when you're in a road, jumping around a bit, but I was much heavier. I was fat, you kidding. I was so fat when I got my shoes shone, I had to take the guy's word for it. I mean, I was fat. I was some fat girls, too, I'll tell you that. Who? Now, one girl, she was so fat, she got in the scale, a card came out, said 1 at a time, She was fat.
That's a big girl.
Ooh, remember how we met? I hit her with my car. She said to me, why don't you go around me? I told her I didn't think I had enough gas. She was a wild girl, I tell you. Very wild girl. Ooh, she was. You kidding? Well, she made me French toast. Her tongue got caught in the toaster. She was Now, but I tell you, too skinny's no good either, no good to be too skinny. A guy died my block last week. Was he skinny? Ooh.
Skinny, huh?
He was so skinny. The funeral had one pallbearer, a waiter, Now, but skinny's better than fat, I'll tell you that. Better being skinny, better for your health, health, and that's what's important, your health. Good. You kidding? I'm not a kid anymore. I'm getting old now.
Yeah.
I know I'm getting old. I'm at the age now, if I hear someone goes both ways, I figure it's number 1 and number 2, Take care of my health. I told you, in fact, I saw my doctor last week, Dr. Vinny Boombatz. You know my doctor. I saw him last week. Had a check-up on the scene, and I asked him if my heart was strong enough for sex, He told me not if I join in. I tell you, Johnny, I told you, it's tough to be funny when you're coming off drugs, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that's tough, Johnny. I tell you though, Johnny, the first time I tried marijuana, I had a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a wonderful sexual experience.
Really?
I only wish I'd been someone there to enjoy it with me, that's all, Now, I was a kid, Johnny. I was a kid, crazy things when you were a kid, I was a very green kid, too, a very green kid. Remember the first time I had sex with a girl, I was so confused, I didn't know what to do, Yeah. I dialed 555, 1212. I wish I was gay. I'd make it with Steve Martin, Actually, he's my second choice. No offense. All right. And so quiet, I feel like E.F. Hutton just spoke, Got a cigarette, okay? You don't mind, do you?
You should give that up.
I got a crazy doctor told me to keep smoking if I want to stop chewing gum, so what the heck? How long do you expect to be in Shanghai?
You want to talk about your movie?
Oh, yeah, the movie come out. It was a big movie. It's 843 pages. Big movie. No, it's a movie called Caddyshack. Fellows wrote Animal House wrote it, and it opens Friday around the whole country, and it's doing real good. Everyone likes it.
You're very funny in it.
Yeah, it came out real good. It was a good part, and I played a part of a nouveau riche ignoramus who invades a nice sensitive country club, and I don't belong in that country club, and Ted Knight is not, he and I don't get along at all in the movie, and it's a good movie. Chevy Chase is in it, and Bill Murray, and a lot of nice people, and it's actually it's a low-budget movie. We went to location by subway.
We have a film clip.
Oh, yeah, we have a film clip, too.
I just said
I'm in the movies.
Shall we take a look at it?
Okay, we'll see what happens. This is the opening where I make my entrance in this movie, in the country club, yeah.
This is from Caddyshack.
Caddyshack. Yeah, kid, park my car, get my bags, and put on some weight, will you? Hey, Wang, what's with the pictures? It's a parking lot. Come on, will you? I think this place is restricted, Wang, so don't tell me you're Jewish. Okay, fine. Hey, kid, I'm Al Chervik. I'm playing with Drew Scott today. This is my guest, Mr. Wang. No offense. Oh, I could give me half a dozen Vulcan D10s and set my friend up here with the whole schmear. You know, clubs, bags, shoes, gloves, shirt, pants. Well, don't make the pants too tight. You'll hurt his fortune cookie. Oh, by the way, want one of those things to tell you how far you walked?
Mr. Chang, sorry, I didn't see you.
Oh, how are you, sure? Hey, orange balls. I'll have a box of those. Give me a box of those naked lady tees, and give me 2 of those. Give me 6 of those. Hey, I'll buy out the joint, Wang. Stop me, will you? Oh, this is the worst looking hat I ever saw. Well, you buy a hat like this, I'll bet you get a free bowl of soup, huh? Oh, it looks good on you, though.
I've seen it. It's old.
Never seen that.
It rings a bell, Caddyshack.
Yeah,
I must have seen
ago.
it.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have recognised him as much, but obviously Chevy Chase and
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, yeah. I think I did see it. Long time ago.
Yeah.
It looks all right.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I see though now? I mean, years since I've seen Rodney Dangerfield, but then I was quite big on Andrew Dice Clay. Have we ever done Andrew Dice Clay?
Yeah.
I don't know if we have.
It's Italian American.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So I can see a lot of similarities with Dice Clay's acts to where he must have sort of like used Dangerfield as he's like
As a bit of a gauge or something, mentor.
I wonder if he gets home at night from doing all this, takes the tie off and just goes, fuck everything. It's like, because he's so high energy.
He is
so
really,
like,
yeah,
hey,
he's on the go, yeah.
Typical New Yorker though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Just gets to the point where it's like the act just ends and he sits there with a bottle of whiskey.
I'm not sure people like that, the act is even an act. I don't think it's an act. I think that's the way they are.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in the old days, like, you don't know when I say the old days, the 80s. But no, it's old days now, isn't it?
I wasn't born.
40 years ago,
definitely the old
something.
days.
40 odd years ago. But
What's the guy? Who's the guy who did Bilko? Is it Sergeant Bilko or something?
Yeah.
But they reckon that in the end he was playing the character all the time.
Right.
I think I remember this being in the news. This is absolutely donkey's years ago. But
Bilko
it's sort of
was
like
before my time.
Yeah, but it's sort of like he started playing the character in real life. You sort of like him all the time.
It's method acting, isn't it? It's where you become the character and stay in character.
I reckon Rodney Dangerfield's like in real life.
It'd be exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Thank you very much. The movie is longer than that, really.
Sure, I know.
No, I made a movie years ago called The Projectionist, and it never got out of the projection booth.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's around. You remember that?
Yeah.
You're the one who saw it.
Did not do big at the box office.
It was big in Paris, believe it or not,
Yeah.
with French titles, yeah. And that was the end of that movie, I guess.
Yeah.
It's around still, I guess.
You gonna make some
somewhere.
more pictures?
Well, I've had numerous offers. I don't know what I want to do. I like live entertainment, you
Yeah,
know what I
I know
mean?
what you mean, so do I.
Movies are director's medium, really, you know, but I was brought up in clubs, you know, like Dominic's Black and Blue Room, Teresa's Funhouse, where you have to really go in it live, you know, Carmine's Cave, all those nice places, you know, where you get an immediate feedback, you know, from
Reggie's
the audience.
Ravioli Room, all of those big
Reggie's Ravioli Room.
You bet.
Hey, you think pretty good. You're all right, you know?
places. Let me do this. We'll be right back with Arno DeBourgeois.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely old school type of comedy, that, isn't
He
it?
is, but one of the best, in his day, one of the best, if not the
Yeah.
best, in his day.
I wonder if
seems like a funny guy.
I wonder if he came up in the equivalent of working man's clubs, but in New York, and they'd be
I bet he
like,
did.
it'd be like full of wise guys and things
Oh,
like
absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
I would think so. I mean, I'm sure most comedy
He's definitely come through the
has got to
circuit.
start
Yeah.
places like that, hasn't it? It's got to.
That kind of stand up anyway, and that kind of stuff you're getting.
Any type of live entertainment, you start at the dog holes. You know, when it's music or comedy, or whatever, you start the small clubs. No audiences, and you just have to build it up, do the rounds, don't you? And get yourself out there.
a lot of the gentlemen's clubs in New York were probably mafia run and owned, weren't they? That's what
are.
I'm thinking. So it's like he's probably seen some serious things, but also it's a baptism of fire, isn't it?
He's probably in the inner circle.
or the periphery.
No, he'd be in the inner circle.
You think?
Do you reckon they still, you know, over here? I mean, they've still got working men's clubs. I don't think there's as many as there used to be, but
Still do the acts.
It used to be a big circle. I wonder if the same type of comedian do it, or whether some of the comedy doesn't translate to that sort of type of audience, because it's not like your highbrow audience, is it? You know.
Where I go is a working man's club to watch the comedy.
Yeah,
and that's you get variety there. Like I told you last few weeks ago, the transgender comedian really fucking ripped me to pieces.
Yeah.
But I joined in. I have to say, I was like, go for it.
It's right up your,
yeah.
I was gonna say it's right up your alley, boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He was. You know, he, she, whatever it was. Very, very funny.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of this sort of acts, as you say, at the club I go to, is like it's old fashioned.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's old people, though, isn't it?
Mostly, yeah. But then
that's what I mean.
They had like a Take That tribute band on the other week.
Yeah.
And you see the dance floor. I saw a video of it, and I'm like,
was you up?
I wasn't there. I'm not going to that.
Right.
You're kidding me. Jesus
I thought,
Christ.
imagine Dave like, relight my fire.
Yeah. Get your coat. You've pulled.
What's his name? Mark. What's it?
Mark Owen.
Mark Owen.
Yeah.
You had his Mark Owen wig on.
I don't know why that's offensive. I don't know which one I'd rather be. I don't really know him. Or
one of them was in my school.
Really? Well, one of them owns he lives next to the Griffin, doesn't he? Jason Orange.
He was in my school. Yeah.
Is he the one who went to school with?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and his brother owns Toast as well in Altrincham.
He did.
Right.
His other brother, I played football with him. He was in my football team.
Same, Dominic.
Right.
Yeah.
I know him really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you still get similar sorts of comics because there's still a market, even though the working man's clubs aren't as busy and they're not full of working men anymore necessarily. Like since they since they started allowing women into the snooker rooms, then it all went downhill. Hey,
He was one of the best, if not the best, of his day. But I enjoyed that.
I can see why he's so popular, and he's still enough to get a chuckle out of me to this day.
It's old humour now. It's out of date, but
you can see some of them. You can still see some of them jokes are used sort of today, but they're just reworked to a certain extent.
It's just a little misdirect and a funny premise. Yeah. And then that's it.
Yeah.
And it's just humorous. And like I say, Jimmy Carr is the king of it nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's good.
Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.